Welcome back. It has been a hot minute, but we're gonna do a little quarterly reading wrap up. The audio might be a little bit off on this because I didn't realize that my mics are dead, so we're just gonna have to deal with the iPhone audio. This quarter I managed to read 11 books, and they were pretty much every single genre that you could think of. And honestly, I do feel like it's been so far a good reading year. So let's start off in January and let's get into it. My first book of the year was Ruthless Savage by Lillian Harris. I'm looking down on my iPad right now, okay. And I gave this one a 4 out of 5 star. This was a bodyguard ex, yeah. This was a bodyguard romance, guys. I'm so out of my element right now. I haven't recorded in ages. But this was a bodyguard romance. It was really good. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I don't remember a whole lot because it's been a couple of months, but I do remember really liking it. Okay, that's all I can give you. And I think it was a cute little book. You know, it was a cute little read, and I would suggest. I'm honestly kind of not happy with the angle. We're gonna change you guys around a little bit. Look at this. Okay, is that a little bit better? I think that's a bit better. We'll deal with this one. Okay. Anyways, but that was kind of that book. I don't really know what else to tell you guys about it. 4 out of 5. Cute little read. I was honestly in the past year, I've kind of just been looking for a nice little book because I've been in the worst reading slump, and it's to the point where I genuinely am questioning whether I am still a reader or not. Okay, it's getting bad, but we're getting back into it. Anyways, the next book that I read, I'm pretty sure this was also in January. Yes, January 19th, was Listen for the Lie by Amy Tintera. 4 out of 5 stars. This book was insane. I love the formatting of this book because it is told so you get the perspective of the character, right? Narrator, whatever, but then it also runs to a podcast. So essentially, it's about Lucy and Savvy. Savvy is murdered, okay? And no spoilers, okay? But Lucy is accused of the murder. But the catch is that Lucy does not remember anything. Okay, so she is literally running off of what everybody else is telling her about what happened that day. Now, we have, what's his name? I think his name is Owen, I'm pretty sure. Yes. Ben Owens. Ben Owens comes into town and he is a podcaster. Okay, he has a big time true crime podcast and he is trying to solve the murder now. And so it literally tells you the perspective of Lucy and what she thinks happened. And then from the perspective of the podcast and him interviewing people, him interviewing, anybody who could be involved, anyone who was there that night, that kind of stuff. It was a really, really interesting book. Really great writing. Highly suggest. Now, at this point in January, I had also I was getting into vampire stuff, and I can't even say just vampire romances because that wasn't it. And I'll explain that later. But anyway, the first one that I read was A Bargain So Bloody by Vasilisa Drake. And I'm pretty sure actually the second book comes out sometime this year, June 30th. Sorry, no, not June 30th.
Yes, but what? Oh, that's so cool. So she published last year on June 30th, and this year she published on June 30th as well. I love that.
Anyways, I gave this book a 4 out of 5, and this follows... Yes, okay. So
it doesn't say her name. It just says... Does it say her name?
Samara. Samara is trapped in a magical prison, and oh my god, my phone is falling, guys. Can you tell that it's falling? Okay, I don't know what's wrong with my tripod, but it's literally slowly going down. We're just gonna deal with it. Bear with me, okay? Anyway, she's stuck in a magical prison and she has to find her way out. She is lied to by the guard and told, and the guard and the guy who handles the prison, before what his name is, but she is told that she has to serve her 15-year sentence and then she can be out. There's complications with that. Not going to say anything else. Might be in the summary. Not sure. But she then finds out that in order to break out of the prison, the only person who can help her is Raphael, who is a vampire. My phone is bothering me, guys. It keeps falling. What is this? I'm very annoyed right now. I hope it stays. This is very actually getting on my nerves. Is it still moving? I don't know. If it is moving, can't do much about it. Comment if it's moving, guys. Okay. I don't know what I'm going to do about it, but comment. Anyways, so Raphael's the only one who can help her, and she is obviously very wary of getting his help because he is the I quote, the worst kind of vampire with a thirst for blood. And I think she's also a witch. I'm pretty sure she's a witch. But yeah, It was really good. It was really good. It was like enemies to lovers. The banter was there. Everything was so perfect. And I was back to my Wattpad era right then and there. Right then and there, I was like, bring me back to where I was. I am back to my roots. And so what did that mean? That meant the next one also had to be. Oh my God, it's missing a book. Guys, pause. I did not read 11 books. I read 12 books. This one. And yes, it's inverse, reverse, whatever. Okay, but King of Battle and Blood by Scarlett St. Clair. I read this one after I read A Bargain So Bloody because, again, vampires. I love this book. I adored this book, okay? I don't know what it was. It was so like, it was one of those like, you know, swoon-worthy cringe books that you just read and you love. Don't know what to tell you about it, but I'm pretty sure it's actually a marriage of convenience between a vampire and I think she's immortal. I'm pretty sure. She is a princess, I think. Very good though. Highly recommend. Okay. But then we followed it up and we were still in the vampire genre, but we moved on to memoirs. What do I mean? A memoir by a vampire? No. You thought wrong. I read Dinner for Vampires, Life on a Cult TV Show by Bethany Joy Lenz. I love memoirs, okay? Oh my God. And this one was no exception. Oh, by the way, for this book, I'm pretty sure I gave it a 4 out of 5 as well. This book was a 5 out of 5 stars for me. I don't think I've ever read a memoir that I didn't like, honestly. 5 out of 5 stars. It's insane because so around this time last year, I was watching One Tree Hill, and I think it's absolutely crazy that as like viewers, we cannot tell what is going on behind the scenes. And you get I think it's called cameos. I'm pretty sure that's what the word is. You get cameos from Michael, what's his name? I keep on forgetting his middle name. It's Michael Murray. Michael something Murray. I forgot what his name is. And James Lafferty. And so their voices are also in this. I was listening to the audiobook, by the way. So their voices are also in the book. But very, very, very well written. Like it's insane. She tells her story really well. And I think it's just, I mean, how do you critique a memoir? Right? I can't really sit here and be like, oh, she's a bad writer or whatever. How do you critique a memoir? I highly recommend you read it. It has a lot of insight into cults, right? And I guess like a Hollywood picture that we are told to believe and what we see on TV as compared to what is going on. Highly recommend. Now this is where we switch things up a little bit. I went back to my dark romance roots. I know my camera is still fully. And I read Captive Audience by Julie Weaver. And I'm pretty sure this was actually was it in March? This was also in February. And I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. I love this book. The banter was exquisite. I love this book. It was so good. Oh my God. 372 pages. Easy to get through, honestly. She is a true crime podcaster. And he is... What is he? He's in the mafia. And she ends up in a fake marriage. And it's enemies to lovers. Why is it falling like this?
When I tell you when I bought this tripod, they literally told me that it does not do it. And they did not do this for a solid month, okay? They did not do this for a solid month. And the second I cannot return anymore, I start doing this. Anyways.
Very good book. Highly recommend. I'm gonna read stuff by this author again. Moving on. This one was also the next one was also a memoir that I read. It's called I Want to Die But I Want to Eat Tteokbokki. And I think, honestly, this was really eye-opening. I highly recommend. I don't know if this actually has trigger warnings, but I would recommend reading into it because this really like touched, okay? She kind of, I'm pretty sure she writes it from like the perspective of a psychiatrist and then her, right? So it's a conversation between a psychiatrist and her. And it's really, really interesting. It's really interesting. And it says that like, you know, it's a book to keep close, to reach for in dark times. And I think that's like the best way to put it. It was genuinely an eye-opening book, and it makes you realize a lot about life. It is a book that I would highly recommend. 1 and 2, I need to get a physical copy of. Overall, absolutely beautiful, absolutely stunning, well written. It will leave an impact on you for sure. Okay, it will leave an impact on you for sure. And I'm pretty sure there's actually a second book as well, or never mind, there isn't. I don't know. But anyways, very, very well written. And then we move on to our book club reads. So this was, I'm pretty sure, again, in February, yes. Heated Rivalry. Now, here's my thing with Heated Rivalry, guys. I have watched so many edits that I would believe I've watched the show at this point. And so we did read this one for book club. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars if I'm being generous. Sorry, I did not like the book. I did not like the book. I think it's written really well for a show, okay? For me, I kind of feel like this book gave, like, you know when authors write or people write a book after the show? This is what it was giving me, okay? Because something about the book just wasn't hitting. It was not hitting. I feel like it was so repetitive and just disconnected. I did not like it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would not read it again. I would not read it again. Was it a fun read? Yeah. Okay, it was fun. I just don't think it's a book that I would read again. And I'm honestly happy that I didn't get a physical copy. It's just not my cup of tea. Okay, not my cup of tea. I just think the characters, listen, Hudson and what's his name, Connor, they do a great job. But in terms of Ilya and Shane in the book, I just didn't find it. I did not find it. Next book that we read for book club, this was our March read. Where do we start? We're gonna start with pushing this back up. I don't think filming has ever pissed me off this bad. It's getting on my nerves. Anyways, okay, so the next book that we read was Redemption by Lila Dawes, and I gave this one a 2-star. I don't think anyone in the club honestly liked this book. I honestly don't think anyone liked this book. I don't even know what to tell you. It was the most forgettable book I've ever read. Genuinely, like, you know that I am a sucker for a cowboy romance. No thank you. Next. This was not doing it. I don't even know. Like, it was about a girl who's she falls in love with the guy who killed her mom. Weird, I know. Okay, there was a lot of disconnected things happening in this book. Okay, a lot of things that the author could have written better. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I genuinely just think that this author rushed through the book because there was so much to discover. There's so much to unpack in the book, and just the fact that it just ran through, you know, the book just went through every single emotion you could think of. It just went through. You're not actually feeling anything. You just want to get to the end of the book. Okay, a lot of people that we have in our club DNF'd it as well because and I see it. I finished it because I just had to, you know, we had to talk about it in book club. That's it. Would I recommend the book? Honestly, no. Not really. It just wasn't. So it's about a couple of sisters. I think it's like 4 sisters. Yes, 4 sisters. And I think I would read one of the sisters' books, but the rest of them, I'm just not, like, interested at all. This sister, guys, she got on my nerves. She got on my nerves. You could not decipher whether she was 24. I think she's 24. I don't know. Or if she's like 16 years old. Okay? You're not in high school. Don't act like that. Moving on. Now, if you know me, you know one of my favorite authors are Neva Altaj, and I just go back to this series every single time. The what's it called? The Perfectly Imperfect series. I have no notes. Give it a 3-star. I don't know what it is about this series. Like, even if I don't like the book, because I think it was the first book that I didn't like, I'm still gonna read it. I'm still gonna eat it up. Okay, I might not rate it high in the end, but I feel like it's an addictive book. I don't know. I don't know what that means for me. I don't know where that goes. I don't know what that says about me. But I eat it up every single time. Okay, I eat it up every single time. And I go back to rereading her books literally anytime I'm in a slum. Anytime. I think there's 12 or 13 books. I don't care. I will get through every single one of them. And they're not even, I don't even think they're that long. I think they're like 300 pages. 372. Maybe they're a little long. But anyways, I have no notes on that. I just love her series. Okay, series. The next one was a Tara Crescent book. I think I read a Tara Crescent book a while back and I really liked it. This one was The Broker. I gave this one a 3-star as well. There's not much to say. It was a good book. Would I recommend? Sure. Was it anything favorite? No. It was good. You know, it is what it is. But a book that I read recently, I think this is my last read, and then I'll tell you guys what I'm currently reading. One thing about me is that I love Lucina Coney. Okay, I love Lucina Coney. It's just, I don't know what it is about her writing. It is so emotional. It is so, like, you will be attached to these characters, and Fragile Hopes was no exception to that. Guys, just a beautiful book. It's about a firefighter and his neighbor, and the firefighter, his name is Ford, and his neighbor is Ivy, and Ivy is raising her 16-year-old brother Joseph, and it's just so emotional. And the what is it called, the dedication said it was like it's for all the older sisters or something like that, and it was just really cute. It was just really cute. And I think, I don't know, it's just like her writing has a special spot in my heart, okay? And I can never get my words out of how I feel about her writing, but it's just, it will leave a mark on you for sure, and you will always come back. You will always come back every single time, and it's just beautiful. Anyways, moving on. By the way, I have moved on to using Fable now because of book club, and I'm loving it so much more than I was loving Goodreads. Goodreads is kind of a disaster. I know people have been saying that, but I joined Fable like a year ago and I just never used it. But now I'm fully on Fable. I'm fully on Fable. You can find me at sarahh.zainub, and it's also in my link in my bio on Instagram and TikTok, so you can check that over there. But the two books that I'm reading right now are Behind Closed Doors by Behind Closed Doors by Shane Rose. I've been seeing a bunch about this on BookTok, and honestly, it's eating right now. Yeah. With the scandalous intrigue of desperate housewives and the decadent spice of 365 Days. Sold. Have I watched any of those? No. Am I sold still? Hell yeah. Okay. Anyways. Not much notes on that yet. I'm loving the book though. And then for book club, we are reading Abby Jimenez's Just for the Summer. I have not read any of her books yet, but I'm excited. This one's actually going pretty well so far. I've only read, I think, 2 chapters, and I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. But yeah, those are the 12 books that I read this quarter. I'm still reading, clearly. And I will update you guys next quarter about what I'm reading. I've been reading very slowly this year, so can't do monthly wrap-ups, but we can do quarterly wrap-ups. Anyways, let me know if you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you've read any of these books, if you have any recommendations. And don't forget to follow me on my Instagram and my TikTok for more updates on reading. And I do have my lifestyle account as well, where you can just follow me for my vlogs, makeup, beauty, lifestyle, fashion, all that fun stuff. And I will see you when I see you. Bye.